Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, and today, because this is the kickoff weekend of the food seasons, meaning the rest of fall and winter, with all the different food events, this topic today is about how to work on your cravings and your triggers and pushing through them instead of caving into them. Because caving into them is more than just what it does to your body. Caving on the goodies it just does so much damage to your traction, your motivation, what you've done so far, and it really sets you up for more and more. Like the slow-mo binge that I talked about. A little snack size each day is going to keep that pilot light just glowing and waiting for more. So you want to push through what things come to you as cravings and triggers. Trust me, you can push through. And the feeling that you would get, look at it this way. Okay, in this hand, pushing through. You feel stronger, you feel more confident. Now you have an experience to share with others when you're on the Facebook pages or the YouTube channels with people that slip and slide. This hand is that horrible, yucky, self-loathing, I did it again, when am I going to get it, how come others can do it, remorse, hatred, not to mention the scale. So which hand seems like a better deal for you? Okay. I'd rather opt with the feeling more confident and trusting that I did it. There's nothing more glorious than working through a trigger or a craving. And if you're in a social event or at work and somebody brings in the num-nums, you just say, no thank you, and you mean it. Now, how do I counter those sort of things, the triggers? Well, I've learned how to squint. That's always one of my things. Another thing is to have more fat in the meal that is before one of these social events. So I can sit there and say in my head, no, I just had 2 tablespoons of nut butter with my yogurt. I don't need any of these cookies or cupcakes or everybody got pizza or Chinese food or CRAP or subs or chips or anything. You can push through it and be so much stronger for it. You can also say, can't attend, too new to this, don't trust myself. Or if you're coming back, or you might remember. You don't know those feelings that come afterwards because it's almost like your brain goes into it just checks out. And all you can see is those dazzling eyes looking at the item saying, okay, just this once. Well, there is no just this once this season. There's going to be many, many times. So being armed with what you need to do for yourself. And, perhaps in the past I might have said have it and track it, but that fans that pilot light in your brain, that part about the addiction and the pleasure and the rewards. Trust me, the reward of the emotional knowing you got through the event, you got through the offering of the item, you got through walking past it, you got through where you tripped and fell every single time. I am telling you that past Halloweens, I would buy the Brax, I think that's how you pronounce it, candy corn and pumpkins, and I'm telling you, if you saw me, I was like a squirrel with a nut. I was like, oh my God, first I bite off the little green tip, and the candy corn, each section was a bite off, not unlike a Hydrox cookie. I liked Hydrox more than Oreos, where, you'd pull it apart, or I'd freeze it, or I'd chop it, just all the different things. Not to mention a peanut butter cup, all of those things, and I hope I'm not triggering you. That's not the intent of this video. I'm just telling you that I've so been there and so done that. The sugar damage, I have to go to the dentist today at 66 and have a cavity filled. Not because of what I'm eating now, but because of the danger or the damage that I did for years. I was a little fatty, uncontrollable when it came to sugar. uncontrollable. From cookie dough batter, where I never turned on the oven, to the fudge, the brownies, cake batter. It wasn't cans of frosting back then. It was a package of frosting, and you would mix like a quarter cup of butter with hot water or something like that to make the frosting. And I would eat the bowl. I mean, I was so damaged and out of control. And then the penny candy and babysitting, you know, from 9 years old on, and taking them to the park and just eating bags and bags and bags of CRAP, chewy stuff like that sugar daddy stuff, and just all the stuff. I've done so much metabolic as well as dental damage to my body from sugar. And so if I can prevent any of you from caving, from just having a little something something, okay, I'll just have a little something something and I'll track it. Trust me. Or even if it's just, you know, you're having the standard American diet as your regular food plan, say with Smart Points or something, and you're measuring out your cereal and you're measuring out, you know, the bread or the item, the English muffin, the thing that you're having, and you think that you're okay. Trust me, that pilot light is still lit with those grains or those sugars, you know, with the yogurts and everything else. And going to the sugar-free versions isn't really doing yourself a favor either. So if you can push through and change your palate. Like when I started having Fage plain full-fat Greek yogurt, it was totally new. Of course it was. It was like, well, it's a little bit like cream cheese and it's a little bit like sour cream. It sure ain't yogurt, because I was used to Chobani filled with sugar, Stonyfield lemon filled with sugar, Stonyfield underground chocolate, the highest of all. I was so used to getting my sugar. Oh, but look at me. I'm so great. I'm not eating ice cream. Well, look at the ingredients in a Stonyfield chocolate underground yogurt and then compare it to chocolate ice cream. No, I'm not eating ice cream. I'm going worse. I'm going deeper. I'm going more. More sugar. More of that pilot light just flamed up and wanting more, more, more. So to bypass all of that and to not cave to the triggers and the food pushers and your own head saying you can have it, just go home and track it, it's pushing through will make you stronger. Ask an alcoholic. Ask a drug addict. You know, do they cave to that beer that's being pushed on them in the sports bar when you go out with all the guys after work, you know, to celebrate a raise or a promotion or something like that? And you're an alcoholic and they say, just have one. It's not going to hurt you. You weren't that bad anyway. No. Say you've lost 30 pounds with the standard American diet doing Weight Watchers Smart Points. That's great. And so you go, you know, to this food event at a friend's house, at school, at wherever, you know, at work, and they're saying, look at, you've lost the weight, you can have it, your skin and bones, you don't eat anything anymore, have this, it's not going to hurt you. I made it just for you, you love this. Those are sabotagers, and you need to avoid them. And they're going to be around through Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas season, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, more chocolate pushing, and then Super Bowl Sunday with all of the crappy hors d'oeuvres and appetizers, right? So you're going to have all that kind of stuff. And so if you can get strong now, on the weekend before, Halloween is Monday night, so if you can get strong before Monday and really have it in order, write it down, memorize it, write it on your hand, write it on your palm, write it on your forearm, and then cover it up with a sweater. Do something. Yes, you're avoiding craving, and caving involves work. It does. It's not a prayer and a whim. It's not. There sometimes are no other human factors that can keep you from the CRAP and sabotaging your food plan except for you. You have to know. And if you don't know yet what your dangers are, if it's sugar, if it's grains, if it's crunch, if it's all of the above, you need to put your food arsenal skills in order, because here it comes, and there's no stopping. There is no stopping all of this. I listened to a podcast today and an ad came on, and it was about adopting a child, and if it wasn't for the Hershey's Kisses, they put in this adopted child's lunchbox, how would the child know they're loved? And it's like, seriously? Really? Okay, so we're training this poor innocent adopted child to think that if it's sugar, it means love. If it's discipline, it means you don't love me. I mean, it's just crazy out there with the pushers, with the people that want to keep the bottom line of their company going. The marketing is incredible, and you're not going to make it through. You can't. If you cave, your pilot light gets lit again. Don't let your pilot light get lit. Say no to the sugars, say no to the grains, and know why you're doing it and how you're doing it. And trust yourself. If you can't be trusted, if you can't trust yourself around all of this stuff, excuse yourself from the party. That's what they tell us to do in 12-step programs with our food. You're not weak. This isn't a weakness thing. If you're not ready yet to be around the pushers and all of the items, then back out. Back out, because if you're changing your food for a lifetime, for both health and losing weight, you're going to be doing it forever. But we don't talk about forever. We only talk about today. And if the party that you were invited to is tonight, and it's going to be filled with all that kind of stuff, stay away from that table. Bring your abstinent salad with your 2 ounces of protein on it. Bring your own dressing in a container. Take care of yourself. Why? Because you're worth it. Don't we always get to this? You're worth it. And pilot lights get lit, and they must be rewarded. They must be fed. So you got to know that we all have a pilot light, and it's what we do to make it go, more, give me more. So take care of yourselves. You know how to do it. If you don't, ask. Ask on a YouTube channel. Ask on a Facebook page. Ask me. Ask somebody that you go to Weight Watchers with. How have you done? How did you get to Lifetime? What am I doing that keeps me sabotaged and keeps me abusing my food plan and not caring? Remember that slow-mo binge that I talked about? Yeah, a little each day. That is so hard to give up. That's like the nighttime eating. Because each day you get so used to it. Not that an all-out binge, like being good for 13 days, and on the 14th your face is in a vat of, Doritos. Not that. Each day, be careful of the slow-mo binge, be careful of the built-up binge. Self-deprivation. You need to take care of yourselves. How do I do it? Extra fat. That's what works for me. Would it work for you? I don't know. I'm not you. I'm not slipping and sliding right now, thank God, with sugar or grains. And I know it oh so well. Trust me, at 66, I've had decades of garbage eating. Every day. All by myself, alone, my best friends, all there. The sugar, the grains. I've done it. So, not that I'm not better than anybody, because today I'm safe. I've learned that it's a day at a time with my food addict. And some days, that food addict is grabbing my wheel of the car. And other days, the addict is home. The addict isn't allowed to come with me, like grocery shopping, like to parties, like places where it is. I've learned how to squint. I've learned how to say no thank you. Is it easy? Well, it gets easier. It gets easier, okay? I want to see you safe. I want to see you getting skinny and loving it and having that feeling of what no thank you. Remember, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. And you can hear that from a lot of women and men that have successfully mastered their addict to the place where they can contain it. Because it's not going away. It's part of you. So, my best to you with this. And if you need help, ask for it. That's how we all do a little bit better each day. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Sarah. Bye-bye for now.